Welcome, welcome. This is Damaso's 32GB Ultimate version 3. Everything on this image was supposedly gone through and should all work now. Got a few Dreamcast games there, nice to see. This is a 32GB, so don't need a big SD card for this fit. 629 main games. All games, let's see, PlayStation 11. All games here, you've got your collections. Hack games are included. All games. 5,847. And now the great thing about this image is supposedly all the ROMs, everything is all set up, ready to go. You got your favorites there as well. Custom collections, you got your NES Mini and your SNES Mini in there. Really nice stuff. Now, just going through the systems really quick. We have Family Computer System at 115 games. Wonder Swan Color 19, Virtual Boy 19, Vectrex 21, Super Nintendo 875. The reason why so many is you have some hack games in there. SG 1068, Sega CD 16. Nice to see some extra CD games, especially on a 32GB. You might be wondering, how is he able to have Dreamcast and Sega CD on a 32GB image? Well, there's no video snaps, so that's taking up a lot less space. You have the entire 32X collection here. Very fast scrolling as well between the different systems. This is David Marty's showcase theme, PlayStation 11. Some good PS1 games here. So those of you that want sports and some shoot 'em ups and a few RPGs, a nice little mixture. PSP is 11. Nice to see. One epic game is on there. My one request next time is get 321 Unicycle on here. That's the greatest PSP game. PC Engine 141. Neo Geo Pocket Color 37. NES 939. Again, the reason so many is you're going to have translations and oh, you got quite a few translations in here. Nice to see. And you also have your hack games as well. Neo Geo 118. Let's make sure we got Metal Slug in here. Metal Slug 1, 2, and 6. It's a hack of Metal Slug 3. Okay, I'll have to try that one out. So you even got some hack Neo Geo games in here as well. Nintendo 64 19. Diddy Kong Racing, Donkey Kong, F-Zero, Kirby, Mario Kart, Mario Party, Paper Mario, Star Fox, Super Mario Brothers, Super Smash Brothers. I could tell you that most of these games do run on the Pi, so it's good to see that all the games chosen for the N64 collection do run well. And there's a great collection of games here. There's a few other racing games I like for the N64, but this is still a nice, solid collection. Sega Mega Drive 718, that's going to be your Genesis. Again, some hack games in there. Sega Master System 138. MAME 629, so not a huge collection. I'm sure you're still going to have, you know, the games you want. Still got Battletoads on there. We can just go through this really quick. You got Captain America on there, Captain Commando on there. So some of the big ones. Contra on there. Donkey Kong. Gauntlet, Mortal Kombat's, NBA Jams, Punch Out, R-Type 1 and 2, Raiden 1, Rampage World Tour, RoboCop, Street Fighters, Alpha 2, Alpha 3, Alpha 1, Street Fighter 2s, Street Hoops, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Turtles in Time, The Punisher. So a lot of the big games that everyone wants to see. WWF, WrestleFest, WrestleMania, X-Men vs. Street Fighter, X-Men Children of the Atom. So a lot of the fighting games, both the side-scrolling fighting games and the sport games, are all on here. I remember his previous images were heavily on the sport. So it looks like it's a little more well-rounded, but still nice to see. Game Boy Color 451, Game Boy Advanced only 59. Okay, so this is really saving a lot of space right here as well. You know, there's over 800 titles for the Game Boy Advance, but looks like he's just picking his favorite Game Boy Advance games. And I'd say that's pretty cool because, you know, I don't play a lot of Game Boy Advance. It's a little overwhelming with the catalog. So nice to see a nice tight catalog, unless you want, you know, every single game. And you got your wrestling games, of course. So all the wrestling games for every system are probably going to be on here. Then you got all the Game Boy games 505, Game Gear 228, Game & Watch 54. So you got these little Game & Watches. These are these little games like this. I like these videos, these screensavers, because at least you can see the game and what it's all about. Some of the other images with Game & Watch artwork, like this, I know what the game looks like. You know, I know how it's probably going to be played. Where some of these other images don't really show you what the game is all about. And so this is nice to see. You know, you want to know what Snoopy Tennis is about? It's about Charlie Brown sending balls to Snoopy. All right, Tron. Then you got Final Burn Alpha 85. So this is going to be your CPS 1, CPS 2, CPS 3 Capcom Play System. You also have those collections. Dreamcast, I showed you that already, 6 games, but there it is again. Atari Lynx 85, Atari 7800, 61, 2600, 502. A lot of those. You have favorites. You can add things to your favorites. Custom selections, you just have the SNES and NES Mini. Then you have all the Zelda games. It looks like he's a Zelda fan, so you're going to get most of the Zeldas in here. Wrestling, he's a huge wrestling fan, so you're going to get all your wrestling favorites on here. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, again, I can tell these are all things he's a fan of. Street Fighter, Star Wars, you get all the Star Wars games. Sonic, even the hack games in here as well. Super Nintendo hacks, these are going to be all your hacked games in here. Supposedly these all should work. So some interesting Super Famicom, we didn't talk about that one yet. 121, nice to see. And PC Engine CD Castlevania's on there. So it looks like he's a Castlevania fan. I'm sure there's a Castlevania collection around here somewhere. There it is. So a lot of Castlevania. Batman. All your Batmans. CPS 1, 2, and 3. Donkey Kong. A lot of Donkey Kong to play here. And Final Fantasy. If you want to do your RPGs, you got them all here. 1 through 7. And then you got your Genesis hacks. So more hack games, more titles to try out, both sport related. Mortal Kombat, the King of Fighters for Neo Geo, got them all. And then your Mario games. I mean, who doesn't like a good Mario game? Mega Man's as well, 1 through X, Dream. And then your MKs, Mortal Kombat 1, 2, 3, and 4. And gold. The ultimate fighting game. And then Nintendo hacks for the NES. Got some stuff there, and then we're back. So let's just no, we can't do Mario because we might get let's try a CPS 1 game to start. So cool custom launch screen. That's really nice to see the launch screen. Oh, and then we got vertical bezels on here. That's really cool. So that's really cool to see that he went vertical bezels on here, which is great on a shooting game. North Atlantic, 20,000 feet. Why isn't that ship not dying? Is that, should I go get that ship? There we go. The ships that come behind you are a little frightening. Oh boy. Nice. Okay, so that's looking great. Really love that vertical. And then let's just pick a game where it wouldn't be vertical Okay, so launching with MAME. So I'm guessing the MAME collection. Okay, cool. And as you see, the bezel is now regular sized. So depending on the style of game, he adapted those vertical bezels. Really, really cool detail right there. Oh, I don't want this. All right, credits. Cool. So this works just fine. Oh boy. Get away from me. Get away. Ooh. Ooh, missed him. Get off me. Whoa. There's a lot of them over here. Ah, I can't duck. Let's get that suit. There we go. We're back in business. Ah. We're not doing so well. Alright, we died. Okay, so that was cool. And then let's just say we want to play a Batman game for the Genesis, Batman Forever. So the loading screen is Genesis, the bezel is Genesis, but it says Hyperdrive. So it might be kind of cool to get those switched out. But there you go, you got the nice bezels for the system. Another system could be PlayStation. I just want to see the bezel. Okay, so PlayStation got the box art on the loading screen. And you should have a PlayStation bezel. There you go. So really, really pretty. I'm loving the bezels. Loving that it has custom launch screens. It is on a recent version of RetroPie. It does come with background music. I did delete that. If you're into rap, it's got like Black Rob, Notorious B.I.G., like kind of like, I guess that would be like 90s rap, 90s, early 2000s rap. Probably more 90s, maybe even before. And a lot of instrumentals on that. So you can just go into your file manager in RetroPie, go over to your RetroPie, and then go to ROMs, and then go to the music folder. And you can delete those if you want, or you can just lower your sound settings here. Other themes on this, you got Showcase, Futura, and Futura Dark installed. But you're more than welcome to install the brand new Comic Crazy, Comic Book. Comic Book might go well on here considering there's lots of wrestling and Mario and Marvel and things like that. And then here's Futura. Really fast theme. I mean, it's really basic, but it works great. So it does have all, see, it doesn't have an SG-1000 or Vectrex or the collections. So it's a little more basic of a theme. Let's see. Oh yeah, it doesn't have collections either, huh? Yeah, it doesn't have them set up for this theme. So you're gonna want to keep it on Showcase. If you want to see everything, you want to keep it on Showcase. So there you have it. Really nice image, 32 gigabyte to pack, close to 6K games on there. And then the 6K games are hand selected. So you have all the way up to Dreamcast, you got your N64, you got Sega CD, PlayStation. To have CD games, a good little, start on the CD games. And then still have all the other games, except like I mentioned, Game Boy Advance, there was some skimped out on there. But, the hack games really make this kind of unique. It really has kind of a direction with it. It's going into that, wrestling, shoot 'em ups, fighter games, and concentrates on that. It kind of gets rid of all the fluff, like no puzzle games on here. It might have some based on the whole entire collection, but it's not really focused on that. So you got a nice clean collection. You don't have the card games, things like that. So really nice. I'm going to have to give this one an A. I mean, it is a version 3. Anytime there's a revamp of an image and they go through the ROMs and they make sure everything's working, and for example, Game & Watch, they got all the right artwork for it, that's a lot of work that not many people want to do. So to do that kind of mundane stuff and get it all looking really nice, that's really, really good stuff. So like I said, A on that one, probably on my top 5 on 32s now. So really really good stuff. That's all that's all I gotta say. Let me know what you guys think, of course, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.